Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It's Tuesday, and I did promise to do a Lightsworn commentary update, and this update is actually available to us, just in whole, due to the Albaz Strike structure deck still really relevant. And so I'm going to go through today's deck, and I'm going to do it in the style that I've been doing some of the new Speed Duel profiles. Because again, we did do this. It was a few months ago. And I don't want to go through this one twice today. Sorry. So just real quick, let's just jump in and we'll start giving you guys the list and the what do's. So first up, we are going to be running 2 copies of Erin again. Her effect, when she attacks a defense position monster, before damage calculation, she can kick that monster, shuffle it back into the opponent's deck. And then, of course, once per turn during the end phase, mills the top 3 cards of our deck to the discard pile. So again, it's a good mill 3, good warrior. We could search it with charge. We could search it with reinforcement of the army. And again, we ran this at 2 last time. So again, just as helpful today. Gareth, again, just a single one-of. All the same searchability. This is the only one that actually doesn't mill on his own. Each time a card is sent from the deck to the graveyard due to the effect of a Lightsworn monster that we control, except same name, send the top 2 cards of our deck to the graveyard, then draw 1 card for every Lightsworn monster card that was sent during his own mill. So there is the opportunity that, of course, you're going to mill 2. None of them are going to be Lightsworn monsters, so it'll be a draw nothing. But again, this is really going to help us with getting cards out of our deck. Next up, we're still going to be maximizing Fellis, Lightsworn Archer at 3. This is going to be one of our many tuners in the deck. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by a card effect. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by a monster effect, it can special summon itself by its effect. You can also tribute this card when it's a monster on the field. Target a monster the opponent controls, destroy the target, then send the top 3 from our deck to the graveyard. And again, this won't be an end of turn mill. There's some play that you could do with Gareth here. This will allow us to mill 6, potentially draw 3. It's very cool. And like, again, she's definitely a tuner. This allows us to get into Michael and stuff like that pretty goofily. We're also going to be playing the Jane single copy. When his card attacks an opponent's monster, gains the extra 300 attack during damage calc only. Once per turn during the end phase, mill 2. Again, just one of. We want names. Already, we've got 4 different names. That's what we're going to need for the next card, which again is going to be our Judgment Dragon. Super good card. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from the hand by having at least 4 different Lightsworn monsters with different names in the graveyard. And it cannot be special summoned any other way. You can pay 1,000 life points, destroy all other cards on the field, and during each of my own end phases, send the top 4 from my deck to the graveyard. Must control this card face up to activate and resolve these effects. And maybe that's just for the mill, since it doesn't say these, it actually just says this effect. So again, pretty good. Next up is going to be our Super Summoner. We are going to be playing the 3 copies of Lumina. Once per turn, you can discard a card, target a level 4 or lower Lightsworn in the graveyard, special summon that target. During each of your end phases, mill 3. Again, this helps us get into our Xyz and actually link building. We are going to be running 2 Lilas. Again, since we're going to be milling the deck so often, I do like to have some form of back row control or destruction. So Lila is going to work for that. She's also going to give us the extra name that we need. Overall said and done, I've got 2 more names in my hand. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different names in the deck. So again, that's good. The way Lila works, target 1 spell trap that the opponent controls. This card's battle position cannot be changed until the end of the next turn. Also changes from attack to face-up defense if we do destroy the targeted card. And then once per turn during the end phase, it's a mill 3. So again, good. We are going to still use 3 Raidens. And again, during the main phase, we can send the top 2 from our deck. Then if there were any Lightsworn sent, this card gains 200 per card. You can only use this effect once per turn. It is in quotes, it is a hard once per turn. I don't care if you have 1, 2, or all 3 of these. Only one of them can utilize this. Again, it could do some really broken things with Gareth if you didn't. And again, he's one of our tuners. And during the end phase, it is a mill 2. So very cool. One of the cards that we definitely got recently, and this is one of the reasons for the major update on this build, is 3 copies of Starliege Seafort. Now, I want you guys to look at this card. I want you guys to understand, yes, this was like a big deal for Dragon Links. And yes, I should probably build another Dragon Link build on the channel here shortly, because you know what? I've been doing casually things a little too much. So it's time to get a little competitive again, a little cycle of that, maybe a week. But Starliege Seafort has an amazing effect. We don't even need the first half of this. Honestly, I want this guy in the discard pile. I never want to see him in my hand. If I do, he's going for Lumina's effect. Don't even care. Let me read just the parts you guys need, and then we'll move on. But if you did find him in your hand, he is 1,800 points. So he's not really a total slouch. Just in the way that I play him, we only need the last sentence. You can banish this from your graveyard, targeted at level 8 light or dark dragon in your graveyard, and add it to your hand. This effect can only be used once per turn. Or sorry, each effect is only once per turn. But this allows us to efficiently, in common charity, recycle the Judgment Dragon. And for this reason, this was worth cutting this down from a 45 to a 44 card main deck. And it was worth rebuilding the entire deck just to show you guys, like, if you are playing common charity, if your OTS is choosing this as one of its, like, for fun weeks formats, this is just amazing. Play it. It's so good. And again, JD just being able to just recur the boss monster that says, yeah, I'll summon to the field, and then I'll pay 1,000, and I'll blow up the whole field, and then I could summon the other copy from my hand for free, and I could go in for a powerful, 6k unblocked out of 8, whatever. It's good. Play it. Last monster. It's going to be Wolf. Whenever this guy is going to be special summoned by a card effect. Sorry, must be special summoned by a card effect. Cannot be special summoned other ways. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, special summon it. This is the new errata. And again, cannot be normal summoned or set. So again, you could pitch it from Lumina if there's another target in order to get Wolf to the field. We could go ahead with the Foolish Burial. Any one of these monster effects it's going to mill. Between this and Fellas, this is great. And you guys may notice that we did eliminate the Electromagnetic Turtle from the last build. So again, I do think this is pretty good. I'm not going to count those up real quick for you. You guys can count them. Take the screenshot. Do whatever you guys need to do. I'll be back with the spell traps here in a second. So clicky poo. Look at that. Anyway, now that we're back with the spells, let's get a little faster because a lot of these ones are just more common sense. We are going to be using Call by the Grave. Of course, we are going against like hand trap effects. 3 copies charge. It is mill 3. And then add a level 4 lower Lightsworn from deck to hand. So again, great tool in this deck. 1 copy Foolish Burial. Sometimes you just want to send to make sure. And again, with Starliege Seafort existing in here, we can just send it to immediately use it. Not even an issue. Instant Fusion. Guys, you could throw this out if you don't want to use it. And free it up and become a 43 card deck. It's all good. Single Monster Reborn. You guys figured it out. 2 copies Pot of Avarice. Send 5 monsters back into the deck. Shuffle, draw 2. Very good. Reinforcement. Add that level 4 lower warrior. 3 copies of Solar Recharge. This one's amazing. Discard a Lightsworn monster in your hand. Draw 2, then mill 2. And again, on the mill, you might be able to summon Fellas. You might be able to summon Wolf. You might be throwing away JD and Seafort at the same time. This ends up being really great. And then breaking into our traps. Breakthrough skill. We do want this to go to the discard pile. However, if we do activate it, it's fine. When we activate it from the field, target a face-up effect monster the opponent controls. That monster has its effects negated until the end of the turn. During your turn, except the turn this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target a face-up effect monster your opponent controls, and then again, that target has its effects negated until the end of this turn. If this happens during our mill, we can't use it during our opponent's turn. Comes back to our turn. They've got something set up. We can go ahead and null out that monster's effects and then play around. So again, gets its effects that way. We're adding Lost Winds in this time. We got 2 of them. Would be 3. But again, I just own 2 commons. The rest of mine are ultra rares. They're in my advanced collection. It is what it is. And because you see me play this in Speed Duel like almost every week, we're just going to leave it at that. And then, of course, 2 strikes. And again, this brought this up to 44 quick cards you can remove. Maybe you don't want to be playing the Thousand Eyes Restrict and the Link Karibo that I'm going to be having. So you want to off out the Instant Fusion. Great, you're down to 43. You can take these out. That's down to 41. You can take out a Breakthrough skill, run a 2 and 2 traps, and be down to like 40 if you wanted to. Honestly, the monsters should stay static. But again, play it however you guys like. Real quick, let me kind of spread that out. You guys make the screenshot, pause, whatever you need, and we'll be right back with the extra deck. And real quick, with that extra deck, the first card I'm going to be using is going to be the Thousand Eyes Restrict, because again, I am using the Instant Fusion, so I do need a target, which is fantastic. I am only using the 2 synchros this time. I'm going to be using the Black Rose Dragon and Michael the Arc Lightsworn. Real quick, they're both 7s. The major reason for playing the B-Rose, when we special summon B-Rose, when it is synchro summoned, we can choose to destroy all cards on the field. This would include itself. So basically, this is I'm a little annoyed at what my opponent's done. I'm going to flip the table, break the board. And then again, when we have the Starleash Seafurt, when we have the Monster Reborn and stuff like that, we do have ways of extending our play past that, which is another reason why I eliminated the Dark Holes out of the deck. I did want to focus more on the Lightsworn Judgment Dragon itself. And then with Michael, a little different. It is tuner plus non-tuner lights. Again, it's like the whole deck. Once per turn, pay 1,000, target a card on the field, banish. When this card is destroyed, target any number of Lightsworn monsters in the graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, gain life 300 times, cards returned. And then once per turn during the end phase, I can mill the top 3 of my deck. And it's not I can, it's I have to. And then we go into my Xyz. These are pretty simple. Again, I'm using Cairn Gorgon. He can redirect some cards that are targeting 1 card to a new target, as long as the target is appropriate. This time we are using Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. Didn't have this card last time. It is from the Legendary Hero decks. So if you guys did buy into those big 3 structure deck boxes, perfect. You should have this. They're not that expensive. This one, I just ordered it. It is what it is. Once per turn, detach material from this card. Choose a number between 1 and 3. Send that many from the top of your deck to the discard. So again, we could get some mill. It won't be a Lightsworn card effect, so be aware of that. Until the end of this turn, this card gains 500 per card sent. So it could go from 1,000 to 2,500. If this card attacks, it is change of defense at the end of the battle phase. That's great. He'll defend himself. If this is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Burning Abyss in the graveyard, accept this, return it to the hand. Doesn't matter. We're not really playing the Burning Abyss. We're here for the optional mill 3. And then the rest are pretty basic. Still using Dark Rebellion Xyz. Still using Vespinato. Still got my Utopia. Time Thief Redoer. We cut it down to a single Tornado Dragon. Still using the Borreload to punch over. I have the Link Karibo only because of the Thousand Eyes Restrict. Again, guys, you could double up. You could double up on Dante and Tornado Dragon here if you wanted to. Steel Star Regulator, still great because of the amount of Xyz you play. Triple Burst and Underclock for their respective effects. Guys, thank you for stopping by. Means everything that you guys keep doing this. If these videos help, if these videos are useful to you, please try to support the channel in any way you can. Easiest and cheapest ways are to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, and let your friends know that we exist. Outside of that, we will do some test hands for this tomorrow. It's going to be pretty quick. I don't expect that video to be too long. In fact, I'm going to start shuffling now so I don't have that excuse tomorrow. And guys, even if you don't do any of the other favors I ask, do me. do me just one thing. Go out and try to have a wonderful day today and enjoy yourself, all right? I know it's hard some days. It's hard for me. But just keep on keeping on, all right? I hope to see you guys again later. Hopefully tomorrow. See you later.